everybody. Hello. Is this thing working? Hello? 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 I think it's working. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me see if it's coming up on my screen here. Oh, yep, there it is. Yay, it's working. All right, now let me get the chat up. Great. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Oh, well, you're not here right now, so I'll wait till you're here to ask you again. Oh, I'm so glad it's Friday. Hi, Judy. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm just in here talking to myself. You know, usual, usual every day. How was your week, Judy? Mm-mm-mm. Hi, thanks for being here. Happy belated birthday again and again and again. How was your week? Everybody have a good week? I can't believe tomorrow is the last day of February. Like, when did that happen? It's so crazy. I'm echoing? Okay, let me go see if I can figure out why. There's an echo, but you can hear me. It's just echoing. Let me know. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so you can hear me, but there's an echo. All right, let me turn the mic off and see if I can fix it. Hold on. 1 minute, please. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, so Alex, there's no echo, but it's not loud enough. Okay. So let me try just turning it up first. All right. How is this? Is this good? Echo? No echo? Loud enough? Not loud enough? I did like dust my area, so some of the little knobbies could be jacked up. Okay, so perfect for you, Alex. Judy, I'm hoping that the echo is just because you're driving. But if you still hear it, let me know. Okay, cool. All right. This is going to be probably a pretty quick live. One, because I know we have a lot to talk about tomorrow. But also last week, man, we had two really long lives. So I got to try not to do that to me as much anymore. Huh. Okay, so it's echoing for Judy, but not echoing for Alex. Okay. So, if anybody else is around, if you could tell me if there's an echo, because I don't know what knob to turn. But, all right. So, let's start making a list. Keep telling me how it's sounding, though. So then I can try and make adjustments, but you know I'm not good with all that. Okay. Alex says it's good. Judy says it's echoing. So I guess right now we'll just chalk it up to Mercury retrograde. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. If this is the only way, if this is the only mishap, thank you. This is enough. But we'll go pretty quick today. Alex, do you want to look at your Um, your numbers today. Your birthday numbers. Because we certainly can. Um, well, Judy, I don't know. That might be you. I don't know why I sound like I'm, I'm a scary game. Oh my gosh. Oh, like in the bathroom, like how Rumple is in that scary game. Oh, that's funny. I don't know. I have no idea. All right, so we'll do Alex's numbers, and then I wanted to talk to you about. I don't know what to call it. Um, I don't know what to call it. We'll just call it energy buildup. You know, like buildup. I don't know what to call it. Oh, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any idea then. I don't know. I might just have to sound like I'm in the bathroom today. We could probably fit in one more thing. Hey, Rumble. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. So, do we have one more thing to talk about? Oh, there's an extra 52 this time. We're going to keep this live short. We have some things to talk about tomorrow, though, for sure. Okay, so we'll just leave that third slot open. And we'll just, we'll just chat. We'll just chat a bit. Sound like a good plan? Hopefully, yes, because that's what we're doing. Okay, let me get my calculator. All right, so let's start with Alex's birthday. So Alex just had her birthday. What? That's not true. Oh, are they? Oh, maybe they are. No picking on anybody. You got to save that for at least midstream. Yeah, we're gonna do Alex's numbers. So Alex's birthday was a few days ago, February 24th. And she sent me all of her information. And so, her life path number. Let me see. Her life path number is 44. And then, hi, Cousin B. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Then, if we use our little code where A equals 1 and all the way to Z equaling 26, Then Alex's name is 1 plus 12 plus 5 plus 24, which equals 42. Oh, I'm so, so I'm not loud enough for uh Alex. I'm too loud for cousin B, and I'm echoing for Judy. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Mercury retrograde. Wait, what? What am I doing? Okay, let me see. I need to turn. What? Oh my gosh. You all are confusing. What's happening? I'm telling you, it's Mercury retrograde. It doesn't matter what I do. It's going to be like, oh, it sounds like I'm mystical in the bathroom. Oh, oh, okay. So it does sound like I have an echo. Okay, okay. So I don't know what to fix. I don't know what to fix. I don't know how to fix the echo. So we might just have to listen to me in the bathroom today. And but I'll try and fix it before I'm on tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me get back on track. So, today we are broadcasting to you live from the cosmic bathroom. Please enjoy my cosmic bathroom echo. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's dive in. So with the life path number, we have the 2-digit number, and then when we add those 2 digits together, we get the 1-digit single life path number. And so when you look up your life path number, you tend to only get the single digit life path number unless you have a double digit like Alex has here. But this single digit is only telling you the outcome. It's only telling you what you're in the end, like after your lessons, after you've taken your steps, what you're contributing to the collective as a whole, like what you're contributing vibrationally to everybody around you and to the universe as a whole. And so the final outcome is 8, which means that the contribution is all around these lessons of reap what you sow, and also you could think of it as like karma or any kind of cycling energy. So habits, behaviors, anything that comes back around. Um, so this means that Alex is contributing to um, helping us all understand this reap what you sow, this like cycling energy, these habits and behaviors, um, of herself, but also of people and just of life in general. And then being able to connect that to life in general. And so then where that's coming from, and this is like amplified because of this 44. So whenever we have any kind of number or vibration where it's double, so there's 2 4s here, this is an amplified vibration. And when we're talking about life path numbers, this means that it's an amplified level of teaching. So this is another one of these teaching, like masterful teaching vibrations. So what Alex is bringing, the type of teaching, is around what stability is. So stability and foundations. So when we look at the 2-digit number, we look at it as 2 steps. So this is step 1 or lesson 1. So this is the first lesson, the first step that needs to happen. And then you go to step 2. Because Alex here has both 4s, then that means that this lesson of stability and foundation is amplified. That means that she is meant to go deeper into what these messages actually mean. And her message is deeper and more detailed that she's like providing to everybody. And so this first step, I don't know why I did that. This first 4 is going to be challenging foundations. So challenging the foundations that are in place. So challenging what people consider stable, challenging what people are standing on, and what is found to be true. She starts with herself first, of like, what are my morals, my principles, my beliefs, my regular behaviors that are constantly creating a stability or a foundation for who I am. But where does that come from? And which of these do I need to adjust? So it's making sure that your foundation is very strong. So after challenging the foundations, then she can help contribute to building new foundations. And in understanding where the stability in these foundations come from, then that's what's helping her to have these lessons to share about reap what you sow. Because now she's able to, at a very deep level, understand how your behaviors, your cycles, the different things that you're doing. So your behaviors and your regular way of thinking and the regular way of doing things, how that impacts your level of stability. Oh, hi Josh, it's good to see you. Hi on deck, thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Sorry, I got kind of caught up in Alex's number, so I didn't see you right away. I'm glad you're here. So this is interesting. So what do you think about this, Alex? It's like you are, because part of these foundations also would be the way that things are built around you. So even like the systems, like the societal systems, and those would be considered foundations as well. This is very cool. And then we look at your name. And here we have another 4. So I know Alex is your nickname. And so what happens is when you're in like a different setting, if you use a different name, then it'll vibrate a little bit different. Do you want me to look at your whole name? Which name do you use the most? Because it's whatever name you use the most is the one we should actually be looking at. So Alexandria, okay, you do use Alex. Okay, so let's use Alex. So Alex is this 42 vibration. And this is similar to the life path number where we have the 2 vibrations that are working together and that are in steps. So when we add 42 together, we get 6. But here we have a little bit of a difference. So 2 is actually the ending of division or dualism. So the vibration that you're putting out into the world by using Alex and having people call you Alex, you are letting people know that the first interaction with you is going to be around ending division. That you're not on one side or the other, that you can see both sides, whether you don't agree with one side or agree with the other or don't agree with both. You can see both sides very clearly, and your goal is to end the division. The ultimate goal is this 6, which is all about comfort. But this is building comfort zones, but also challenging comfort zones. And so you would build comfort zones first by ending divisions, ending dualism. But you would challenge comfort zones by pointing out the divisions and where there's polarization or where there's dualism. Once you end this division or even just point it out, now you're getting to the 4 again of stability and foundation. So this 4 is like your primary vibration. So a lot about understanding foundations of things, how to be able to break those down, but also build them up. Let's look real quick at your life path number and your name together. Yes, so that's a good question, Alex. So like peacemaker, yes, but not fully. So what the 2 is really saying is that you understand divisions. You understand the back and forth, the two sides. And if you can see how to end the division, you will. But if you don't see a way of ending the division, you will point it out. You'll point it out and you'll show people the flaws in the foundation of their thinking and behavior that's causing the divisions. That's why the 6 is comfort, but it's creating comfort zones, but also breaking them down. Because if what you're seeing is that people are comfortable with something that they should not be comfortable with, you'll call them out on it. So that's what this is really saying. Because all of these vibrations are neutral. So it encompasses everything that we would consider positive and negative. Not just one side or the other. And I don't care. Not like nobody is positive all the time or negative all the time. We fluctuate back and forth because that's how vibration works. So if we look at these together, so we do 44 plus 42, again, we see this dominant vibration of 4. So a lot of 4 energy. Oh, it was just coming up that 44 is also the numerical vibration of the word hope. And 42 is the numerical vibration of the self. So with these two vibrations together, it's like bringing a vibration of hope or faith, because faith is also 44, in yourself. So it's like you bring to yourself and to others around you this feeling of being hopeful and having faith in yourself. And if you don't feel that way, or something makes you not feel that way, that's when you feel off. You don't feel like yourself. And that's because you have these vibrations that are just naturally there, and you should naturally feel it. When we add these together, we get 86. So here we have that 8 again, which is that single digit life path number. 86 is the numerical vibration of a storm. And so what's happening here is that this dual vibration, so when we have both of these vibrations together, is actually resonating very, very strongly, because you have the 6 here, which is the single digit of your name vibration, and you have the 8 here, which is the single digit of your life path number. And so when you are in like emitting and using both of these vibrations together, it's very amplified. It's a very amplified vibration, especially because you have all these 4s here, which is amplifying the 4s also. So it can feel like to people like you're coming in as a storm. And again, that's not a positive or a negative thing. It could be either way. You can make people feel like you are giving them hope because you're coming in and able to change a lot of things and bring a lot of change. But also, it could be unnerving for some other people, especially those people where you're having to call out how their behavior is causing division or creating an unstable foundation. And this vibration is amplified because you have the 8 here and the 8 there, and you have the 6 here, the 6 here and the 6 there. So this 86 vibration is highly amplified. So much so that even though we could add these up and get 14, that goes to a 5. So this is all about change. It's really this 86 that is the amplified vibration. This is the energy that comes across and is around who you are and what you bring to the world. So overarching, you're bringing change to the world. This 5 here, bringing that change to the world. But you're doing it in ways that are creating and dismantling comfort zones at the same time as recognizing these reap what you sow and karmic cycles. That's pretty cool. You have any questions? Thank you for letting me break that all down. Very, very interesting. I like seeing what people's numbers are and seeing how they fit. Yes, it does sound like fish in opposite directions. Yes, where it's opposite directions but the same direction at the same time. Because that's what these vibrations are. And oh, your lovely Pisces mind. So your sun sign is just the energy of your mind. It's how your mind works. So I've told other people this before, but we'll put it here again so everybody can see. So when you are looking at your astrology, we right now have where we really only look at our sun sign, but that does not give you all the information about yourself. Even these three don't give you the full information, but you should be looking at your sun sign, which is the energy and vibration of your mind, and your moon, which is the energy and vibration of your heart. And you should be looking at your rising or your ascendant, which is the first. So it's here at the point because this is the first thing that is seen about you. And it bridges both of these, the mind and the heart. So then you can work with this together. So is Aquarius your moon and Cancer your rising? Because we know the sun is Pisces. So Aquarius, moon, and then rising. Okay, so Aquarius, moon, and then Cancer rising. I also have Cancer rising. So this Cancer rising actually is very helpful when you're in those teaching roles, because this gives you, this basically means that you're balancing your mind and your heart. You're balancing what you're thinking and you're feeling with this nurturing nature of Cancer. The place, but then you have to basically work between all of these. So having these two, the rising and your sun being water, you could tend to go towards the emotions, but you actually have this Aquarius here at your heart. So before this Pisces and Cancer are going to be able to really use the emotions, they have to be able to work with this Aquarius heart. So this is actually pretty balanced. This is actually pretty good. But for anybody, if you know these three, then you really know a lot about yourself and how you utilize energy. So this is very cool. Okay. Thank you, Alex, for sharing this with us. Very cool numbers. Woohoo! All right. Let me know if you have questions, though. We can certainly go back and answer questions. You're very welcome. Okay, I'm going to get some water, and I need to go grab this image for this next part. I think that song I just made up. It could be from something. No, it's probably from something. I think it's an intro to a show again. All right. So I wanted to share with you all something that I've been noticing and feeling. So, what I've been feeling is this interesting build up of um, build up of energy. Um, hmm. Okay, I was trying to decide if I should put this image up. Let me actually catch up in chat first because I didn't do that. And you know, I think mostly you were just saying hello to everybody, but let me make sure. Okay, yeah, I saw this part. Okay, okay, yeah, I saw this stuff. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. And then we got some numbers there. All right, we'll see if we can get to the numbers today. Because I'm trying to keep the day shorter. So let's see how long we need to talk about this energy buildup. But looking at the numbers, Josh, that you've put in here, they're going to go with this conversation. I can already tell. All right. So what I have been seeing is this buildup of energy. But it's different than what I've been seeing before. So usually what I see is that there's a big buildup of energy and then there's a releasing of that energy in a lot of different ways. Where we've talked about before that we all get from like our solar system, the universe, whatever, and everything, all of it, we get energy that comes through. And that energy that comes through hits the earth. And the earth then takes that and then releases the energy this way. And then with us here on Earth, we end up getting from both places. So we are getting the energy from here, and we're getting the energy that's coming from the earth. And so we need to be recognizing where this energy is coming from and how it's moving, so then we can use this energy and not just be overwhelmed by it. So what I've been seeing, and here's the difference, where in 2025, we saw this 9 cycle happening in the months from January to September. This 9 cycle is how energy, at least how I see energy typically moving. It moves like in a spiral cycle. You can also see it just as a circle. But it goes from 1 and then all the way around until 9. And then it goes back to 1 again. And then this is how energy like weaves together, and it builds things and it moves. And that's typically how it's coming across. Like this energy is building up until it has enough energy, and then it's released either into whatever it's making, or just like a full release to be used somewhere else or in a different way. What we have happening in 2026 is we have this, it's an embedded 9 cycle where we have all of this 1 energy. So let me know if I'm not explaining this in a good way. We have all of this 1 energy that's just coming from this year. But if you see here, all of these are 1s until we get to October. And what we have in the first number is the 9 cycle. So we have 1 through 9 here. But what's happening is we have a buildup of energy with this 9 cycle, but at every turn, new energy is being added. So it's like a bigger, more amplified building up of energy. So let me see if I can draw it. Oh, hi, Doc. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh no, 8, 9. Oh, my cycle looks horrible. What's happening is we have 1 buildup of energy that's going through this energy here. And so then this is spiraling to build up energy. But what we have also happening is that at each turn here, we have more 1 energy being added in. And so it's feeling a little bit different, where sometimes it could feel like amplified energy because there's more of this energy here. And so then this is like woven in with this build up of energy. And what this can feel like is it can feel like some starting and stopping. You know, like, I don't know about you, but when I first started learning how to drive, oh man, that was horrible. My mom was trying to teach me how to drive on a minivan that had a stick shift. That is the wrong way to learn how to drive. Oh, it was horrible. But that jerking of back and forth, like fast and slow, fast and stop, fast, that's what this can feel like. And so we need to recognize that this is happening so that we're, one, not surprised, but also are adjusting how we're using our energy. So learning how to, where we are used to having this smooth flowing energy coming in, and we're able to tap into that vibration to be able to use it for manifestation or whatever we want to use it for, just our everyday life. But here it's such a stop and go that you kind of have to adjust how you're using this energy. This flow is not going to feel the same as we're used to. We can see that in some of the happenings of February and coming into March. So we're in a period right now where we have a lot of back and forth jumping around. So let's see. All right. So what we've been having is we've been having these bursts of energy coming in. So we're moving on this 9 cycle where energy is just building up in its natural flow. But then we've had some bigger astrological events, and it's not just astrological events that are like inputting more of this energy, but this is an example that we can look at, because this could also just be events that happen in life. So we had on the 17th of February, we had the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. So this is one of those times where it would be inputted here. So it's like this, it could be the solar eclipse. Big burst energy. And then on the 20th, we had the Saturn-Neptune Conjunction. And and we have on March 3rd, we have the Lunar Eclipse. So while these two events are like a fast burst of energy, this one is more of it's like a buildup of energy. So what it would look like if we were to like graph it energy wise, we would see like a spike of energy right there, and this would be like our solar eclipse. And then we would have the Saturn-Neptune would be like this, where it's building, 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 and then it's like got its peak, and then it's coming down a slow amount of time. So it's inputting this energy all across this longer period of time. But what we have coming up is now we have the lunar eclipse, and it's going to be like here. Ooh, I don't like that color. I need a different color. There we go. It's going to be like here. But because of this other energy that's already here, it's like this. And so what we feel is we're going along, and then we get a whoop, and then we're going along, building up, building up, building up, building up, and then woo! That's what we actually are feeling. And so I want us to be able to not only just be prepared for it, but also know that this is what's happening. Because then also along here, we have things like right here, we would have like Mercury retrograde. Which makes the energy feel wonky. That's how I draw wonky. And this is in a shorter period of time also. So we need to recognize. So I will be putting out the March video hopefully this weekend, at the latest early next week. But what we need to recognize is like how this energy is moving, and look how close together these are. So we're getting a lot of astrological events that are happening very close together. So we go back to this. We're getting these bursts of things, energy that are coming from the universe, and then we have bursts of things coming from the earth. And so then we are very much in, probably feels like you were in this washing machine or the dryer. But if we can figure out how to be able to flow with this would be like the difference between, so if we think about the energy flow as like a river, here's our river. There are portions of the river where it's more like rapids. Boop, 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 boop. And this is going to be where this rapids are. There's some times where everybody's getting these rapids. There's other times where it's just a point in your life that are going to have more rapids. Now, you can't work with the flow the same way. Can't work with the river flow the same way as up here. Here's our little boat. Woo! So maybe up here, the best way to work with this energy flow is to just put up your sail. Oh, I'm going to color this in. This is funny. That's funny. So at some points, the best way is to just put up your sail and let the wind or let the flow take you. Other times, like when we are here, when we're here like at these rapids, it's really important to then get our oars and make sure that we are using our oars to navigate around the rapids, that we are able to be more on alert. So this is it's not a warning, but this is me just pointing out to you that we are coming into a time of rapids, and some of you probably already feel it. Now, this does not mean that you freak out. Don't freak out, because what's happening here is when you get to these rapids, this energy is moving faster, because you do have like these whirlpool cycles of energy that are building very fast, which means if you use this well, if